What's up guys, aarava here and welcome back to a brand new video here today on Gran Turismo 7, and this before your eyes is the fastest car in this game and by far the fastest car I've ever driven or experienced in any sort of racing game. This is the SRT Tomahawk VGT and it is literally a car on all the steroids you could ever try and put a car on. I mean, you can just see already from the rear end what is going on here. We've got active aerodynamic panels. We've got literally moving panels that not only, you know, go up to allow some air resistance to help brake, but also active aero in terms of panels that turn left and right to help guide the air sideways as you turn, which basically means that fourth gear is a very underrated gear in this car I found around Spa, because as I did these time trials, and you know, this was just my first ever run time trial, just getting used to the speed, and you can see it is the definition of biblical. I mean, we're getting to like 380 kilometers per hour in fifth gear so easily. Eau Rouge is easy flat, you know, nearly at 500 kilometers an hour. I mean, the cockpit view is just absurd. The amount of shaking it is actually undrivable, really. I'm using a PS5 controller right now. I feel like it would be probably more drivable on a racing wheel, but this is now my first full time trial run, and you're going to see the ridiculous time we're about to set around Spa-Francorchamps, one of the longest Formula 1 circuits on the calendar. You can already see what lap time I've done previously, but this thing is insane. If you look closer, you'll see what I mean by in the corners, when the active aero is up, it actually starts rotating to move air and channel air in the opposite direction that we're moving to allow the car to grip in and turn in. I mean, and then don't get me even started on when it actually is just braking and all the active aero panels just come up. It looks like a snake about to attack its prey or something like that. It is ridiculous. I mean, it's got the power, the aero to match, and it's all, well, I mean, it's not like you can see that it's got some Formula 1 characteristics in the layout. Obviously, you know, it's a single-seater cockpit in the middle, but, you know, obviously it's closed cockpit. It looks more like a normal kind of just super hypercar, really, from the outside, but clearly it's got a lot of F1 characteristics when it comes to the aero and the innovation. But obviously this is just a very bonkers, out there, very Gran Turismo thing to do. They have a lot of these kind of fantasy concept cars where it's just absolutely bonkers, and we've done a Spa in a 122.23. Absolutely mental. And now I thought we'd try a race, a little arcade race. You know, obviously all of them are Tomahawk VGT cars, so the car is so crazy that I found very quickly in this race, it's quite comical actually. The AI can't even handle it. Like, they don't know that they can go this quick. Like, look at this one. I hit the rear end of that AI, and it literally did not know how to cope with the power. It was trying to correct itself, but it was overcorrecting because it was slamming down so much power, and the computer just couldn't think about it. A lot of these corners, the AI going a lot slower than it really could, because like the AI just can't compute, like letting the car roll in fourth gear, and that's the quickest way to get around a lot of these corners, is like just lifting off, dabbing the brakes, and then the active aero just does everything, so you can just not even be on the throttle or the brake pedal and just let the car just do its thing naturally, and all you have to do is steer it in the right direction. So I got into first place pretty easily in that race, so we didn't need the 2 laps. So we went to Austria, the Red Bull Ring, quite a short layout, so maybe you know, shackles the car a little bit, because obviously one of the big characteristics of this car is the straight line speed. It's not so great in low speed corners because of the speed you're going at into every corner, and just the turning circles a bit horrendous, and the AI even get it wrong, but still it's a pretty incredible lap around Austria as well. I think you know, once we get down the inside of here, you're going to see now this next sequence of corners, you'll see what I mean by the car just drives itself almost, in terms of I brake, dab of the brakes, let off, no, like dabbing the throttle, no brake, and it's just an easy round the outside move, and it just goes so quickly and picks up speed in fourth gear mid-apex, and then constantly every dab of the brakes the active aero is working, and it is just absolutely insane. So why you'd want this car. I mean, it is a lot of fun. I think, you know, racing other players would be kind of crazy. I mean, versus the AI, it's a little bit far-fetched because they don't really know how to handle it. But can you imagine, like, online lobbies with this car? Absolutely mental. But yeah, I thought I wanted to do a video on this because, of course, my channel is all about F1. So I can understand maybe sometimes with the other GT7 content that I posted so far, maybe it's quite slow-paced and not to the taste of everyone who's used to the speed of F1. So this, I feel, is maybe a bit more crazy and to the liking. Maybe it might, you know, pique the interest of some of you guys who are big F1 fans. And this is like a car that is, well, quicker than an F1 car by every sense of the imagination. Ridiculous. I mean, like, I just did a 56-second lap time, and this is on a controller, on a PS5 controller, that I have by no means mastered on this car. It went so fast, it did a wheelie at this point on this lap. I am in the, like I said before, I am in the middle of getting a wheel sorted for the PS5, so I feel like if I can still drive this car once I've got the wheel, I will definitely try it out, because I think with a wheel, when you've got that instant turn left and right with the steering wheel, I think it would be even crazier, because there's a lot of, obviously, the car's so quick, there's basically lag from a controller for turning it, because the controller can't keep up with the car itself. So I think with a wheel, it may be even crazier. But saying that, I think also just because the car's so quick, the steering can't keep up with it, basically. The car's driving, you're not driving the car. The car is driving you. Like, you're just there for the ride and trying to somewhat control it in the higher speed corners in 4th gear. In the lower speed, it's very tough. It can't really react to the speed, and then even high speed, you've just got instant, like, you know, a couple of milliseconds to kind of, you know, react, basically. But I've got this car like in a matte black with fluorescent quadrant style fluoro green and some hits of just like normal black paint as well. Looks really insane as well, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, this replay, it just looks like I've sped it up times 10. So yeah, welcome to the fast. I mean, look at that. That was insane. Does anyone else get like the James May fizz when they see that car braking? Because I do. Because it's just, there's something about, like, just that striking snake-like, like, you know, like when the brakes pop and the active aero goes. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, just a very weird, funny little, you know, just very odd video, really, just because I thought this would be of interest. The fastest car in Gran Turismo 7, faster than any Formula 1 car you're ever going to see, probably in the history, well, probably in the history of mankind, that we can see ahead of us, really. And it's mental, and not a lot of people may get to experience it this early on in the game. So if you have enjoyed it, like the look of it, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, then do get subscribed for more Gran Turismo 7 videos. If there are any other specific cars, like the high-end cars, that you want me to try and showcase, then let me know in the comments below, and I'll try and get some more speedy boy action, Formula 1 style kind of speed videos, I guess, from Gran Turismo 7, hopefully in the coming weeks. But yeah, I've been aarava. I hope you enjoyed today, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.